be discussing a matter involving the Speaker in the absence of the Speaker.
Fitz, member from St. Catherine's son, sick.
These are requested 24 hours before. It's no business of the member whether the Speaker look at it or not. It's supposed to be with it before the sitting. It can be 10 minutes before. If the member delivered to the clerk 24 hours before, it's not the member's fault. So we can't say the Speaker didn't have the time to look at them.
In a SSL, all the public bodies that was invested in SSL Jamaica, may I go tell one of them, National Health Fund, $740 million, taxpayers' money. Housing Trust, $238 million, taxpayers' money.
Floyd Green, you and your Prime Minister should be arrested, you know. Yeah, man, long time. Because when we go to the Parliament, Uno will be hung. Yeah, man, we're going to hang on, man. Yeah, man, Uno must be hung. Choo-choo.
Big up the whole of hot water. Hey, good evening, dash water. Hey, man, talk about even pot water. Hot water. Big up that data. Big up myself, father. And I don't love and love alone.
Grand Rising, people. Greetings, Massive and crew. Welcome back to the program, Hot Water. Yes, people. Hear what we got in store. Now, people, not everyone in the House of Parliament truly knows how to work the standing orders and how to work the point of order. Now, people, Fitz Jackson and Mr. Not giving people the disaster money man end up in a little bangarang, people. But the true judge and the man that knows all the standing order, people, step in and clear the air, people. So stay tuned to watch it, people. Very interesting. A lot of noise and a lot of chaos, people. But I think it's worth it when the man clear the air. Now, people, Marvin is taking us a little bit deeper into the Floyd Green and Andre Stevens case, people. And he has more to say regarding to that, people. But yes, people, also, Miss London, people, listen to this. Miss London says that she know what going on with some of the tax money. So, this seems like a different findings, different from the Auditor General findings, people, because she had do our little audit them herself, you know, and checking people. So stay tuned, people, to hear till the end won't the tax money gone, because I think it is interesting and a lot of people is going to be surprised at what she's going to say. Hot Water, Massive and crew. Yes, people, sit in now and take it in. Love you guys. Stay tuned. People, so let's take a look at these standing orders that was violated and these point of orders that were raised, people. I know Mr. Warmington himself step in. People, let's hear.
Yes, sir. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the matter of the rulings of the Speaker in recent times have become very controversial. And it is unusual. It is 72 Privileges Committee of Parliament. The standing order allows for the rules that govern the operations, the privileges be settled. Let me hear the point of order. Turn your mic on, please.
I think it's very inappropriate to be discussing a matter involving the Speaker in the absence of the Speaker. And furthermore, and furthermore, Mr. Speaker, to question the standing orders on which the Parliament is operating. Mr. Speaker, I believe that it is a point of order. It is a point of order. And the members are using this for grandstanding. The grandstanding. And you should not allow it, Mr. Speaker. You should not. Not yet.
My mic was on. Okay.
Members, if you continue to have the crosstalk, then we will just continue with the business of the house. I gave you the floor and you started to make some comments, which is no way in keeping with the standing order that you're raising on. Understand? Please. No, you don't have to respond to my comment. You stand on the ground to make a statement. Go ahead quickly with it. So, all right, so we can move on then because you weren't making a statement.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Member from St. Catherine Southern, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker. Hold on, Fitz. Hold on, Fitz. Mr. Speaker, Fitz. Hold on.
Member from St. Catherine, so sit.
Great, Jackson.
I will say this. When I asked a member to sit a while ago, I asked a member from St. Catherine Southern to sit because his mic from I was asking the member whose mic was on to sit so I could address you. But you continue to shout across the floor. I am saying to you, your mic was on, and before you could even start to make your presentation, you were cross-talking with another member. You did. I am going to ask you, member. I am going to ask you to sit now. I am going to ask you to sit. Member from St. Catherine Southwestern. I am ruling on this. I am asking the member from St. Catherine Southwestern. Your mic is lighted up and I'm going to turn it on now. You're the person who have the floor.
No, Mr. Speaker. No.
Hold on.
Mr. Speaker, my mic is
Mr.
on.
Speaker. Fitz.
My mic is on now.
Member, the only reason you're behaving in that manner now, I simply gave you the floor. All you did was I'm giving the person next to speak, and he is going to speak. Member from St. Catherine South. Member from St. Catherine South. Oi, Monta.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, all I wish to say at the outset, one, rulings from the chair, from the Speaker's chair, have been most controversial in recent times. This Parliament have seen speakers from both sides. It has never happened before. We have never had these levels of controversies about the Speaker's ruling. They have been easily adhered to by either side. We have walked that road before. The Privileges Committee in the Parliament sets out a way to arrive at a consensus around how the House's business are conducted. It is not for the Speaker to unilaterally, arbitrarily set rules on the running of the House. And there's a reason for that, Mr. Speaker. The Parliament will change from time to time. And whichever side is in government is expected to abide by the commonly agreed rules. And it's for that reason why the rules in the House ought to be arrived at through consensus on both sides. Not by the opposition by itself, and neither by the government. It's a parliament of members. And all we're asking for, the rules that will obtain as regards to questions or any other matters, private members' motion, how they are dealt with procedurally, they be settled there. The ruling of the Speaker as an umpire is to ensure that the decision of the moment when the House is in session is in keeping with those agreed provisions. Now, Mays, that is not a standing order, is recognized because it says both sides must agree. So even if the standing order is not explicit on a particular point, there is nonetheless an agreed way in which those matters are dealt with. Mr. Speaker, I respectfully and humbly submit. Yes. If we continue with that convention, which has not been controversial before, we won't have much. We don't want posterity to judge the tenure of this House in a very unfavorable way. So I make a plea. Let us just revert to an orderly, balanced way of how the House business is conducted. I have, lastly, before I take my seat, I have in the past Parliament prepared questions, submitted them before time, and it's 1.5 months before they're able to end up reaching here. I've been on the receiving end myself, which has not been in keeping with the conventions of the Parliament. So I make my plea, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, the House Leader make reference to ruling by the Speaker. You read section of the standing order. But may I draw the House's attention to the fact that the Speaker's ruling cannot be in conflict with the standing orders. And if such rulings are in conflict with the standing order supersedes any ruling from any Speaker.
Differently, but it's coming across from what I've heard, member said from St. Catherine South, as if the Speaker is on a frolic of her own, as if she's doing, no, let me finish please. And that is not my experience, and that's not what I heard the House Leader read. The House Leader read the ruling of the Speaker, which from listening to it, the Speaker's ruling was consistent with the standing order. So member from St. Catherine South, if you're asking the speaker to be consistent with the standing order, then the ruling of the speaker is proper. Her action in relation to questions be posed or tabled is in line, is consistent. To ask her not to speak or not to do that would be asking her to be inconsistent with the standing order. So I just want to make the point very clearly, Mr. Speaker. Let us not paint the picture that the speaker is operating in a manner that's not consistent with the standing order, because that's not true. That's not true. The speaker, the ruling is very clear, it is consistent with the standing order.
So, Mr. Speaker, I think the member from
Mr. Speaker, are delivered before the sitting of the House. The decision was that at least 24 hours before. If a member submit his or her question 24 hours before, it's no business of the member whether the speaker look at it or not. It's supposed to be with it before the sitting. It can be 10 minutes before. It can be 10 minutes before. Okay? So if the speaker says 24 hours, the member make him available to the clerk before. Okay? If the member delivered to the clerk 24 hours before, it's not the member's fault. So we can't say the speaker didn't have the time to look at them. Why the hell did you ask for 24 hours before? It's not the member's fault. The speaker took 24 hours. The member filled his or her obligation. So it's not our business whether or not the speaker look at it. It's our obligation to review it before. So don't tell the member this time. Don't tell the member. Don't tell the member the speaker didn't get a chance to look at it. That's not unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. And we should bring you out to that level to come with this nonsense about they get a chance to read it. Nonsense.
Alright, so people, first thing first, people. So this whole kasa is, some people, it is misunderstood by a lot of people, even some of the people in the House of Parliament. Why? Because not everybody knows the standing orders to the highest extent. So some people just call it point of order, point of order, point of order. People, now, as you can see, the judge, the true House Speaker, settles everything. Mr. Warmington step in and let them know. So, the disaster man when I give people them disaster money, saying that they are talking the speaker, well, you don't know who that is, while she's not here in the country, people. But Mr. Wami get up now and say, no, well, if so, you know, there is a reason for that, because if people putting in, if they are tabled, they are putting in their documents for the speaker to review it, and it is not tabled, well, they're putting in their documents for the speaker to review it, and then because she didn't review it, it can't be tabled. Now, these questions are things that, documents that are given to her, seems like it will show up some things that they don't want, and some questions that they don't want. So, she does not review them. Now, Mr. Wami letting them know that, hey, you get it within 24 hours, you have enough time to review it. So people speaking out, licking out, Jamaica would say, and that, are burning a fire, and that. Mr. Wami is saying they have a right to do so. And that is not no violation of no standing order. They have a right to do so. Mr. Wami call his point of order. See, so then basically what Mr. Disaster Man wants to say is that no, they're you know, the standing order, they're violating a standing order, meaning that should not go on in the House, and they're speaking behind her back while she's not there. But Mr. Wami said, well, it's fair enough, because if she's supposed to do her job and she's not doing her job, we have to exempt that, we have to expel that out of the fact. We can't, yes, it is violation of standing order, but there's a real reason for it. So what, people should not speak the truth about the documents not being reviewed for it to be tabled? Yeah, because we know said whatever is going to be said is not in favor of them. People. So Mr. Fitz Jackson now couldn't even finish speak because a man jump in and call a point of order saying that he's speaking behind House Speaker back while she's not there. People. So that is the whole thing about it. But the representing speaker there is saying that turn off the man mic. No, nobody don't like my turn off. And from Uncle Wami say why my turn off, you know, people. You know, like that. That is not theme style, people. So he had to get in. Now, the representing speaker, the representative, was saying that he was making, like, talking across the board or talking across the room. So he muted his mic. But he was only doing that because he was interjected, people. Someone interject into him making his statements and asking his questions. So that is also reasonable for me, people. That is way reasonable. If you attack and someone attacking, you have to say, you have to put them in them place until you, so that them don't interrupt you and pause them so that you can finish speak and make a statement, people. So I'm glad that the real judge and the man that really knows it intervene, people, and talk about. So remember, I know, people, this man is one of the, he has never lost his seat and he has been serving for so long, people. So the man, they study the standing order. Remember what the man pop out in book, you know. The man pop out in book and I show them what was violated, you know. And the man let her, the House Speaker, know, say, listen, you can't just call point of order because if someone said something and it violated the standing order, but it is speaking truth, so you should not want to just, there are times when you can expel or don't pay attention to the standing order. There are times when standing orders are exempt out, exclude them, like there are times in time where they will overlook it. But he's saying that she only working with these things, point of order, only when it serves she or serve, you know, the posse, people. So this man know it and step in like a real judge and solve the case. So people, we know that. So this is causing a lot of upsurge of anger, people. We know that, people. And you say the fact of the matter is that this was even spoke about, you know, while she was here. So it's a big problem, people. Now to me, it look like the disaster man don't really know the standing order, you know. And when him get up and make a point of order, you don't say that someone is violating the house rules. Mr. Warmington just step in like a real general and show him what is going on. Show him say, well, in this case, where a man is just making a statement, which that statement should propel the House Speaker to do her job. Well, we can't even bash him with saying that he's violating the standing orders right there. No, you just have to let it flow because he's speaking truth. So in a situation like this, the standing order can be expelled for a period of time, yes, just to get across some truth. So why people, what are you going to say in the comments about what Uncle Wami did? Why people? I leave it to you guys, you know, people. People, Marvin goes a little deeper into the case with Floyd Green and Andre Stevenson. People, interested, let's listen.
So Floyd Green, Agriculture Minister, and his lawyers have now put out a letter, a legal letter, indicating that they are suing Andre Stevens for defamation. And of course, in the letter, it pretty much spoke about the fact that, you know, Mr. Stevens made reference on several platforms that he, Floyd Green, is a criminal. Something to that effect. Whatever it is, yeah. Andre Stevens, just like many other bloggers, saw the Auditor General's report of the over 870 million Jamaican dollars issued in contracts from the agriculture sector without the proper oversight. Without the proper oversight. Similarly, UWE did the same thing and ignored legal procedures like the proper procurement guidelines that should have been followed. Everybody ignored what they were ignoring and expected that the country should just take it for what it is and don't say nothing. There was a billionaire woman from Asia. I don't remember the country, but I know for sure it's an Asian country. You can look it up. Who defrauded people in that country of monies. She was found guilty, but the payment for her crime was death. Not time spent in jail, and it was death immediately. Not time spent in jail. This was a billionaire who had enough money to pay off judge, to pay off whatever. But in that Asian country, they have people who have something known as integrity. Yeah man, true. Something that these people here in Jamaica don't know nothing about. So politicians can constantly rob and rape the country's purse and get away with it. And on top of it, have the audacity to want to send letters out from their so-called legal teams to sue people for defamation of character because people are not supposed to talk, yeah, and express themselves about your nastiness and your fraudulent actions. So Marvin Edgar, which is me, yours truly, wanna not come to me, wanna not send none come over here, so. And I wonder why. Yeah, because let me tell you something, Floyd Green, you and your Prime Minister should be arrested, Yeah man, long time. It was your Prime Minister who gave you a slap on the damn wrists when you and your friends mocked the entire country on No Movement Day in a COVID, or Jamaica forgot. Who forgets our Floyd Green? A Floyd Green and his friend them in the hotel, a bus champagne while the rest of we have to lock down. Like a winner hand away and winner no sense. And we who were trying to push against their dirty, nasty apartheid, yeah, medical apartheid stuff, them forcing them dirty injectables upon us, yeah, when we told them that, listen, this is my body, my choice. We don't have we on the lockdown and allow Floyd Green and him friends them for bust champagne in our face. As a matter of fact, the very wording captured in the same video was them telling us, so we're out and about while everybody else locked down. They mocked us. And the Prime Minister and them give him a slap on the wrist. They removed him. They literally removed him as Agriculture Minister, make him something else, and then found a way to bring back the damn criminal boy upon us. Yeah man, true. And nobody said anything. It's just like with Darryl Limpo Filbert. Darryl Limpo was throwing away her garbage on the streets and the police write her up. And the DPP said no charge. No charge to Darryl Limpo, the Speaker of the House. And of course she was also charged for illicit enrichment. And you know what them do? Remove her as the Speaker of the House and blah blah blah. And then when it came around to election, it was Andrew Holness himself who came out and said, by popular demand, over there in Trelawney, the constituents over there wants Darryl Limpo Filbert, and then find a way to rally back a criminal power. Yeah man, choo-choo. And Jamaica this. So we find a way just like go and wash money, then come and wash their politicians. But hello, you see one time we don't wash them in a for me bad pan. You see for me bad pan, we don't wash them in a for me bad pan. Nah, forget the dirt. But come out of them dirty clothes. So as much as you wash them and think that they are washed and you present them to the people as clean, they are not clean. They are not clean. And let me tell you what's going to happen. We might not have a law like what the Asian people have for when you're found guilty, for literally put you before the firing squad or chop off on a damn head. We might not be at that stage yet, but you better pray to God that this boy, that one you better pray to God that me and the constitution that we have over by Up Jamaica don't make it to the parliament. Because when we go to the parliament, Uno will be hung. Yeah man, we're hang on man. Yeah man, Uno must be hung. True. So the country needs to come out and let these pieces of filth understand themselves that you don't just get up and come and dictate to us as to how we should criticize your nastiness. Why would you not have a proper oversight body for 800 billion, but when time it 8 million, but when time it comes to us going to the friggin' bank with as much as $5,000 or $10,000, we need to provide proof of funds if we deposit it. We need to provide proof of funds. We need to give up a friggin' kidney and talk how much damn tree is in the neighborhood. Oh no, listen to me, Jamaica. Same thing with Christopher Tufton. $690 billion. $billion cannot be found under the health sector now. See there, we're about to add more to that the money there. When them done it, half it go over $1 trillion. And these people, they collect their salaries every month and they dictate to us and chat up to it. Yeah? Because them a bad man and get them thinking dirty criminal lawyers to want to send people, comes about to send people defamation letter. If you think that 2026 is going to finish and all of you not get arrested or locked up or whatever, because every card up on the table. We don't want people to run and when them soon for shake and say, hey. I saw a comment from a senior citizen under the post where somebody said they need to arrest Floyd Green, and the woman, the senior citizen woman on Facebook, I gonna say, uno go arrest is sinting we under uno mama, and that is senior citizen say. The senior citizen who have seen the Auditor General's report. For those of you who don't know, the Auditor General, she only need to sit there one away and talk to her. I am sure that woman is completely depressed by the amount of ministries, and not one or two. Almost every single government ministry has questionable things about them, including the office of the Prime Minister. The office of the Prime Minister, for the first in the history of the country, is the office of the Prime Minister is being scrutinized for illicit enrichment. I'm gonna go and protect you drunk with them. And Mr. Chris Zaka from Sagicor, yeah, I'm gonna bring you up next.
People, now that court case, if the judge have sense, I think it's a losing battle. Why? Because people, after everything is on the media, everything is public, like they were hiding it, but the Auditor General, who is the person assigned to do that job, did the job and find the culprits and find what's going on. And if a man call you a thief and you're a thief, what do you expect? What should they say? Call you the taker? Does the taker sound more professional? Or does it suit them more people? Yo, people, for me, this is a losing battle, and this is a waste of his time, and the waste of Mr. Stevens' time, and the waste of even the judge time, people. Well, I saw you got people, it's a money-making thing, and try man having money, he can go out with that sort of foolish people. But that is what it is. You can't call a man what he's not, people. Now, as I hear Marvin say, if it was a certain country, people, they would have hung you in the square, or put you in the square, and stone you to death. Some country has a death penalty. What? The shocking chair, people, where them shock you to death. People, some people get tortured, so them should have lucky. Yeah, but the biggest thing with even people, you never hear him being involved in any fraud, people. Let me know what you think about that. So, but people, they remove, as Marvin said, they remove him in that time as a minister. When he did that, people, as some form of sanction or some form of punishment. But as Marvin said, them find them way scuffle back, because people, all of them is a party, we know is a party. But it seems like them have each other secret, and one cannot sanction a one, or one cannot discipline a one truly, people. So they might say something, but behind closed door they have a plan. People. So now when I wanna do certain things, violating the orders and the laws, which the general public themselves have to obey, and you violate it, you should face the same penalties. And remember, people, a criminal, a people that is found to be indulged in fraud and drugs and all type of things, people should remove themselves from certain position until the investigation is complete and they are proven not guilty, people. So, all of these people fearing critics and name calling, they should not be in such position, people. So I'll say, people, some peoples are criminal. We have criminal rule in us, and that's just my conclusion. That's where I draw my line, people. People, you work your tax money, you don't see much output from the government some of the time. people. So Miss London is going to tell us where our tax money is going. I want to hear. Listen.
Mr. Holness, good morning to you, sir. I hope your Sunday is going great. Because you're one wicked man. I am here this morning to let the Jamaican people know a lot of tax money I go, Mr. Holness, because you not tell them. So if you see it's only talk, I gotta come out here and talk, I'ma do so. But Jamaica, listen to me this morning here. Me go tell you now, when enough of our tax dollars them go, and the Andrew Holness administration not letting the people them know. Neither we ever see him come out here, come address none of them situations. So me I go and look around and I go in Jamaica. Listen, in a SSL, all the public bodies that was invested in SSL Jamaica, may I go tell on them. National Health Fund, $740 million, taxpayers' money. Housing Trust, $238 million, taxpayers' money. National Insurance Fund, $8.4 million, taxpayers' money. Agriculture Society, $8.9 million, taxpayers' money. Banana Catastrophe Fund, $98 million, taxpayers' money. Jamaica, tell me the truth where God love. Tell me the truth where God love. When you get to find out that all these monies invested in SSL and they are public bodies, who invested this money? Who invested this money? The government sit down and use tax dollars to invest in a private institution. And the Jamaican people not hear nothing about them something there. Thank God for the findings. Is what kind of slackness this is going in our country? I'm telling you this in Jamaica, say. This is why you see them set up some little people to come out here, come talk about, oh, them still a campaign. We're not a campaign. Nobody don't out here a campaign. A parliament we're there. We're keeping our own parliament. Look here, campaign in an election done long time, but parliament still a keep, right? Parliament still keeping. So let me give you a liquor update. We are having our own parliament time. I feel with parliament are going. We are talk what going in the country, what should be happening, what we want to see happen, and all. Our parliament are going. This administration is a bag of filth them. And if you don't notice, the corruption is spreading at the wide uptown society now, because them are going at the inner city community, them go kill off the local youths them. For what? For what? And come back, come tell life and the local youths them. But the big old fraudster them in the uptown community, you only hear that they lock up and charge and then you don't hear nothing about it. But anyway, Jamaica, there's also a medical doctor, 30-year-old medical doctor, she's among 3 persons, 2 other persons that was charged for fraud. Yes, they fraud, they scam several institutions, hundreds of millions of dollars, yes. And a female doctor, 30 years old, is among, medical doctor is among 2 others that was locked up and charged. Yes, Jamaica, this so the criminality and the fraud reaching our country, you know. It's not about poor again. All they're doing is alive in the poor, and the rich people them at Jamaica are fraud out backside and I make them way to the top. And the only plans to get rid of poor people is to take away life. Lord of His mercy, public bodies. I will go answer with question to find out where they make money there. Me have to go sing and check up how much millions they make all together. Jamaica. You hear me just say a while ago, National Health Fund, $740 million. Housing Trust, $238 million. National Insurance Fund, $8.4 million. Agriculture Society, $8.9 million. Banana Catastrophe Fund, $98 million. All those are public bodies that was invested in SSL. That is a private entity. The kind of government that the Jamaican people have to be living under, that using our tax dollars invest in a private company without our knowledge. And now we want answers, we're still not getting the answers. We can't get the Health Minister Christopher Tuftam to come out here, come talk to the Jamaican people and make we know what going on. Him now answer you straight. Me see my put on mask, but I do tour after $2 billion. $2 billion and 10 years later. What a time and money. We will still slung away for the Carnival Regional for fully open and go. One administration room open much years ago and you are come put on mask. I come make man pint out so that I go done tomorrow. Me call down there not done tomorrow. No, is a liar. No wicked. It's not finished. The section we're not sure about going finish tomorrow. It's just a setup PR. It's not finished. You all are criminals and liars. You understand? And thank God for the few bodies that we have to hold you criminals accountable. Because remember, fraud and everybody we're in the fraud here, are you going to go down? Because it's now a prison. Listen, it's not a talk anymore, you know. This thing have prison options now. A big kind of criminality. This are prison options we got now with this University of the West Indies fraudulent behavior. With all the persons that were involved, I wish you all the best in prison. I don't give a shit if you're not green, and I don't give a shit if you're not orange. All the persons are involved. But it's one thing me I tell them people out here say. Uno stop run up and down and be dieted. That's all me I tell you. Because I see one look of vlogger jump up and about every time when PNP and get caught that the cookie jar them a draw labor right. Jesus Christ. What veil is over your eye? Look at all the monies that missing all across these boards in Jamaica by the Jamaica Labour Party, and you going to talk about when PNP and catching a cookie jar? Oh no, have a right to feel so frustrated when a PNP hand is caught in the cookie jar because guess what happen? A phone and a loan get caught. But we want to let the people know that guess already you're orange or you're green and you get caught, you must go down. Because you're depriving the poorer class of Jamaica of the major necessity where they're supposed to get for help them needs. And we don't want that. We want a clean Jamaica. We're tired of this. We already rated the third most corrupt country in the world. We need to fix up ourselves and fix up our actions. But our government have to fix up himself and fix up his actions, and don't go wait. One way to do that is to resign. Is to resign. With a leader like Mr. Holness, we have no forward to go. We will be sitting in stagnant water. This country is now looked at as a drugs dealing country. Because I read a report that basically stated that Cuba make a report to the FBI.
What? Cuba report say what? People, now I have to ask myself this question. Now, what is financial intelligence? Is financial intelligence only for the rich and corrupt? Why I have to ask that? People, in financial intelligence, you will learn that you let money work for you. You don't work for money. So you will learn how to invest, buy stocks and bonds and all these things. So people know, as I get a youth like all Usain Bolt, you see, and never born in a rich family or to have it. And I go run for my country now. And I go so now. Have some money, you know, decide that I want to put it to use or put it to work. And I get a financial advisor. And them say, well, one way to let your money work for you in a non-physical way is you can invest it in a financial institution. And, you know, financial institution, them lend money. And then them get back, you know, the interest rate, them get a thing. And you supposed to get a thing, but obviously some of these financial institutions, like regular ones, won't call any name, lend our monies. And we don't get no interest on here, we don't know. Instead, them charge we for put up our money. So these days, I guess it's better you go put your money under your mattress because your money not safe. You are safe, and you say sometimes how much money going out of your account, and you don't get it back, much less getting a profit on it. So people, financial advisor advise you now, as a man that just left out of poverty, say, here what, put it in that institution there, and it will work for you. They will lend it out and very, and you will get back profit and very. And you know as a little getter, you like, just using the word getter, alright, you as a little man where come from poverty days, like Mr. Bolt now, put your money into this institution now, people, to let it work for you. And it gone. Now people, who can you trust with your money? So what I'm saying then is financial intelligence only for the rich. Then that means then, if I am rich, get rich and I don't have any link and I'm not licking head, and I try to invest my money in order for it to be lent and grow in a profit in some financial organization. That means then, when them go so and look, and say, boy, I'm not in the clan, them can do what they want to do with my money. I'm just asking. Because totally to me, that look like what it is. So people know, Jamaica money, the money from the kitty now, according to Miss London here. What she's saying, you can look into it, you can see it makes some sense in a sense. In a sense, it makes sense. As people, a lot of these people, when I say financial intelligence, it's things that a lot of these people are going to have and going to know about. So people, like Cash Plus though, there's a video on the net with a Rastaman speaking people about the interest rate and why them lock down Cash Plus people. So people, if these people then are financial experts, because over time you have a financial advisor, you have to become a financial expert, have money and them say, I take with Jamaica money and say, okay, I'm going to take it and invest then. I'm going to let it work for them in a way, non-tangible, like not buying stocks and bonds and put it into this financial organization. And after a time, them claim, say, well, you're supposed to get a certain amount of profit on it or whatever. So people, when you put your money in there, or them take Jamaica money, if so, people, because the story kind of believable, people, if you go so now and you put your money, I'm just saying all of this, just towards what she said, because what she said. So you put Jamaica money in right now. Imagine, yes, people, imagine. You put Jamaica money in right now. Did Jamaica give you the go-ahead, the yes, to put your money into this? Their money into this? Just asking the people. We are imagining. Imagine, no, man. So, people, if so be the case, you don't think them should have asked me. If them do it without our consent, it is wrong. And they did it without our consent because why? They took that money. Imagine, people, imagine. Imagine they took that money for their own, out of consolidated funds, out of Jamaica money, and say, watch out now, we are going to invest this, We are just take that something. You can ask everybody where them get them starting. So people, remember that song there. So people, every man take a piece and say, we are going to invest this, And it all boots up it, People. So, imagine say that them do people, that's not right. And even if them do that, people, and them get back a profit or fight, something should be added to the consolidated funds, but we never hear about it because them should take it in the first place. Imagine if them take it in the first place without our consent, them want now go on, we know say them take the money without our consent, and furthermore them now make them know say them getting a profit from it. So imagine if them go so use that money from the consolidated funds and then get a profit, them can put it back, but we ain't gonna know. We just imagine based on what she said, people. But if future times some investigation come out to find out that money, well, we know some money from the organization which she's speaking about was transferred to such and such, or from such and such to such and such people. So, if you don't mind, Sharp, in some time we hear some story surface that money was moved from such and such to such and such. So in all of these things then, if I get to you like Bolt, I get some financial advice and him invest. Why, if so be the case, why them don't allow the man to can invest too and get wealthy? Why? Why, people? Why, people, this question, just think about what she said, people, and think about what I'm saying. Imagine, sit down and imagine. Because we're not sure yet, people, so we have to imagine. So imagine, say, what would it be like if next investigation for the Auditor General surface with something like that, people? Why? So, people, very informative still, but people, this sounds kind of believable in a sense. But here we are. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for coming back, man. Hot water. Look up on yourself. Here, people, Buzz Malarayan.